It was
I
totally
do not regret filming this, but this is the drunkest I've been talking about Emily and Mark.
Alright, ready?
I ate a sparkly dip.
Tell us how you really feel. I feel drunk.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you a little bit of story about Mark and Emily. When Mark was growing up, he was in grade school and played basketball and just was in love with himself as a rock star. One thing that he had to do though is lose the little frozen tips and the landing pad that he had for a haircut.
I'm thinking about his hair from 8th grade.
After Mark got to high school and puberty passed, the one thing that he definitely focused on to become a total chick magnet and capture Emily's heart was to grow out his golden, luscious locks. Meanwhile, while Mark's getting his haircut and his rock stardom ruined, Emily is out gallivanting around the streets of Orchard Park / West Seneca border.
Emily was a Hollister slut.
So true.
In a good way.
A lot of Hollister, a lot of Abercrombie denim skirts, and she had spent her freshman year, you know, really playing the field, seeing what she liked, what she didn't like, and she came to the conclusion that what she really needed in a man was a guy with blonde, long hair that played the guitar and was in a band.
The story of Mark and Emily begins back in the summer of 2004, and the infamous Jim Ball Reds baseball team, runners-up of the West Seneca Youth Baseball Association.
Mark and a bunch of the guys played West Seneca Town baseball, and I was
Hold
working
on,
on
hold on. Mark did athletic things?
allegedly.
She ended up meeting Mark, going to a baseball game that Mark played on the team, which is confusing to me because Mark doesn't play sports.
You describe him as an athlete?
Mark?
Yeah.
No.
I will say I do not believe she was at the game where Mark ran around the third base coach, because I think if she was, they might not be getting married.
I never in my life have seen someone run around the third base coach until Mark ran.
That was some horrendous base running, but also the funniest thing I've ever seen on a baseball field.
Him running around my dad at third base as like his staple of base running.
To both
Did he hit the bag?
touch the bag,
Oh, and then run around.
and he literally almost ended up in the dugout. But one of those fine summer afternoons, Emily decided to tag along to a Jim Ball Reds baseball game with our fellow season ticket holders, Matt Clouden and, of course, Chris Mecca.
Matt Clouden moved into our neighborhood in 2004, and Emily became friends with him.
We moved into the same neighborhood.
Matt Clouden's family built their house on this hill.
And Emily got really pissed at me because I was on a dirt hill that became a sled hill.
And destroyed the hill.
My family knocked down the sled hill.
I don't think it's dramatic of me to say that the Cloudens ruined a part of our childhood. So anyways, the baseball game.
This is where the story really starts to get good.
And we go to the game and we're there with her friends, thirsty friends. And then Emily's like, I want to be with that guy over there. And I was like, the like, that's the one that you picked of everybody?
Mark caught the eye of her, somehow, which is kind of concerning, because if there's one thing that you wouldn't want to catch your eye, it would be Mark Gorecki in baseball pants.
She was like, yeah, no, that's the one I want.
And thus began the now 14-year-old love story between Mark and Emily. How does one communicate during the summer of 2004?
They started chatting on AIM.
I hear Mark's AOL screen name is Rockstar2866, and I'm like, who is this douchebag?
And Emily's was What a Blonde, like every other letter. It's capitalized because she was edgy.
Got the away messages and all that.
I remember she always had like these super emo quotes in her like AIM profile.
So after a handful of AIM conversations of doing the old circle and sniff, they finally go out on their first group date and their first date alone, and they go and...
I'm pretty sure Emily and Mark's first date was to the movies.
Vindicated! No, Mark decides to rent The Ring, which might go down as the worst possible first date movie ever.
And I think that Emily really liked him after that first date.
He was in a band, so it just solidified everything.
Except 2 months goes by, no kiss for Emily.
Oh my, I wonder why Mark won't kiss me. Oh, I'm so sad.
Hope you're still paying attention.
Emily was a couple of years younger than Mark.
Her being like 2 grades younger than us was the biggest deal in the world.
He's robbing the cradle a little bit.
They were like 12.
She looks young.
Then I heard his girlfriend was like 14 and was in high school.
Definitely apparent that she was able to hang with the big boys. And there's a song by The Format called Let's Make This Moment a Crime, and I think that pretty much sums up everything that was going on there.
I'm pretty sure he became a lawyer so that he could argue against statutory rape.
So Mark and Emily, it was probably Emily I would hope got into the OC first and then made Mark watch it.
Emily and Mark had become obsessed with the show The OC.
California, here we come. Honestly, I'd have to say like a lot of Mark's like taste in music came from the OC.
So Mark had a band called Too Late.
This didn't take me by surprise.
So Emily's has joined the Too Late roadie crew and is going to all her shows.
And I thought she was just another groupie.
I'm a fan of Too Late. I know all their songs. So yeah, Battle Cry, Best Kept Secret, On This Beach.
So they kept, going on, the dating, gets a little serious.
Mark graduated high school and then goes to college.
Wait, where did Mark go to college? Cornelius. It's a fake school.
2005 at Canisius College. I become friends with Mark. He's frequently talking about his girlfriend, but to me it was like a little kid talking about his imaginary best friend. And all I hear about is this girl that supposedly exists, and she's in high school. Is she real? I don't know. Do you know? If I'm your only friend at college, like, introduce me to her, friend. And then I hear she's moved. Hold on. She is moving to Boston. Who is she?
Well, of course, Emily decided to go away to college in Boston.
I met Emily in college. Freshman year of college, Emily only wore long-sleeved crew neck t-shirts and skinny jeans. She told me she had a boyfriend, and I told her, well, not for long. And then she said, I don't know, maybe for long.
Emily came to freshman orientation at college, and she told us that she had a boyfriend from home. I did too, and my boyfriend soon broke up with me, so we figured that hers would as well.
That's a good movie.
And every time we wanted to go to a party, Emily would say, no, I have to study my neuroscience.
But then Mark came and visited us in Boston for the first time.
Anything bad. Mark had long hair and he would buy us alcohol.
I think we drank a bunch of Bacardi in our apartment on Huntington Avenue.
And I think he got a little drunk.
And he threw up in the bathroom for about 2 hours.
Classic Mark.
So, Mark graduated from Canisius, and then he was gonna go to law school.
And he got into Beulah. Woohoo! And he made his way to Boston. You know who was waiting for him in Boston? Emily Weisick?
So Mark came to Boston for law school, and we figured he would hang out with us, but I guess that wasn't enough because all of a sudden all of their friends from Buffalo started moving to Boston too. So Clouden came.
Sorry for making out with a few of Emily's roommates.
Alyssa came.
Thanks for buying me alcohol.
Jenny came.
Thanks for all the free Uber rides and drunken NYP pizza.
They just brought all their friends over to Boston, and that was a really good time.
They threw great parties in Boston.
But I remember going to the parties.
They had good parties.
So we always had to go to the Halloween parties. I never knew what to be. Mark and Emily are always something scary.
Very scary. It was terrifying.
And they've been in Boston ever since.
Let's talk about their engagement.
He like hand wrote all these cards and had all these pictures and stuff all over the apartment. And then Kyle like picked her up in a car and was like her pretend limo driver. And there was like champagne in the car, and then it drove her to Seaport.
Pretty much everyone's gonna say like about time, you know.
Now it's like 20 years later.
It's about time.
You know, I love the Buffalo Club, and the Buffalo Club was formed in 1867, and that's how long we've been waiting for this engagement.
What's been so long.
The 13, 14-year-old thing that could have happened a lot faster.
I mean, come on. 10 years later, like, what am I supposed to be surprised that they're getting married?
None of us probably expected a 4-year engagement, but you know, here we are.
It's almost too late to have this wedding.
Since the engagement, nothing's really happened, but also a lot has happened. They bought a house and got a Jeep, and Mark bought like 6 new guitars.
Happy wedding, I go to bed.
You know, we all joke about how long this took, but they have really gone through so much of their life together and accomplished so many things separately and together. It really feels like it's the right timing.
You know, Emily and Mark have a lot of parallels to mine and Marissa's relationship. I mean, it's really just like the length of, you know, dating somebody through high school and college and long distance stuff, and so it was cool to see, you know, friends, you know, stand the test of time.
He must have been doing something right, because here we are in 2018 and they're finally tying the knot.
Ridiculously excited for them.
We love you so much. I'm so happy that today is finally here. And cheers to you guys.
We love you, Emily and Mark. Happy wedding.
I'm Ranger Steve, and I approve this marriage.